bring up the player of the game to see who managed to take it here. It was indeed Burdol on the top side of the map, and 2, 3, and 3 does not look very impressive, but the 2 solo kills, the fact that he was able to trade back down to it. 8 and 13 is going to be the votes here. You were the only DuDu vote, but there were a couple of people that enjoyed the Canyon.
So they hovered Akshan previously, right?
Yeah.
So Akshan, Yorick, if this was a best of 5, mixed damage profile goes back a long time, Valdes. The LeBlanc as...
LeBlanc. He wanted the better back timing as Burdol's gonna land the shuriken. This might just be a solo as he does get it and picks up the first blood, but then immediately dies.
You got first blood. It's worth. I'll take it. Burdol goes in very aggressively there.
Happy about that trade, not just because of the first blood, but because of the extra maintenance. As we do have a 2v2 down to the bottom side, a flash already coming out of DuDu. As he will have to get out of dodge here. Vista with the knock-up.
A little bit more manageable for you.
We're just watching this. Once again, perfect shuriken. And again, you know, it's a trade of kills, but 3 range.
I'm sure it's in this. Oh, here they go.
DuDu, okay, maybe a little bit of a bait as Canyon is down here and DuDu gets excited. The extra movement speed gets him away from Vista on fleek, and this is looking like a 2 for 0 in favor of Canyon and Damwonkia. Might not be over just yet either. As okay, we'll have the grand exit.
First time around, it didn't fall for the bait. Second time, unfortunately.
Uh-oh, he's probably dead. There it is. The extra chains come in, and now an extra kill into the pockets.
It's a good response. As good as you're going to get in this situation, as it is so much damage on DuDu, but look at the zoning done from Callan here. And then the fact that, as you pointed out, that Get Excited, making sure that DuDu was actually able to get away. And then the elongated skirmish is always going to go the way of the Lee Sin. As here, it's Showmaker that just sets up this play, right? And the moment that the chain hits, nothing that Kars can do, unfortunately for him. Move over time. And now the state of the game, it's pretty good. I don't know about this one on fleek.
Well, he does have Vista and Karis nearby. A nice little bait does come in. Showmaker will have to flash away from that one. You know, you wind up on the Jinx and you have a fun time on the plates as well. And guess what? Canyon's here again, as he is going to get the follow-up here on the Somdi straight into the chompers. Just beautiful, as the heal does need to be used.
Just playing weak side, but he doesn't really care, right? He has so much innate safety, as long as he doesn't trade too aggressive, as I say that. There's a wave, Burdol!
Chronicler, why do you have to tell him to do that with your Casper curse? This Rift Herald is going to come down against some plates, as we mentioned, a split. This time it is not a secret on fleek. It's also the second Rift Herald. You do not have to throw everything on this one, but they do have the engaged. Nice positioning from Kelly. It's going to stop Vista from coming into that back line. And there it is. They're just waiting, biding their time, poking them out as the smite goes the way of Canyon too, and all the way into the back. Canyon gets a massive kick, immediately dies though, as Burdol is in the back line doing that damage. Canyon gives up his life so that his team can have a front line. Another double kill there into the pockets of DuDu. How about one double kill for Burdol as well, with a side of fries, and that will be the ace.
They didn't get the eye! Not worth! Not worth, Felt. No, I'm...
Pack it up. Pack it up. We're done here. Just need a slow motion side angle of Canyon going all the way into the back line.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
You know, set to some very dramatic music, as he knows what's going to happen if he takes this cue.
He gets the smite, and
he
then...
has to do it. He has to do it. It's like 3 people.
Yep.
Oh, 2 people combined with the knock-up on DuDu, and then for the rest of the team, it's just cleanup, right? DuDu gets excited, Burdol finds a shuriken flip into the Vista, and it's the easiest cleanup that you could possibly look for, as...
용도 있어? 아이고.
Then you win. But here it's flipped. Now Damwon is the one playing the aggressive composition, and they have a 7k gold lead.
As the collapse is coming in here onto Burdol, he should know that something is up with this aggression coming out. He wants to go forward. Typical Burdol, but he tries to get over the wall. There is our con right there, but he doesn't quite have the damage. Here comes Canyon, who does get in there, but with the flash charm that does come in, Canyon says bye. I would not like to help you any further.
get a 4v5. You do want to go for the soul point. You don't need to, but look at the damage. They're 6.5k gold ahead. Like, they can do this. They don't need to, but they definitely can.
Yeah, the soul effect comes down, and Showmaker's being such a menace on the backline. On Fleek, he's going to have to Crescent Guard here soon if he wants to live, and they're just going to say, well, I guess you're just going to get this 4v5. 4v5 is all we need.
No, it wouldn't. And I think as Damwon talked about learning opportunities for Hanwha Live, as Damwon Kia, you're going to go back, and especially for Burdol, still need some fine-tuning on where to be in relationship to your team, right? Yes, you're a Carl. Yes, you have a lot of safety. But I feel like in both scenarios, if it's just not. But if you play against a more strong opponent, say a T1, then you definitely need to tidy up those side lane moments, because the rest of the team, they're definitely on their way. But they can't quite make it in time. Don't want to fight without your monstrously fed LeBlanc. So the rest of the team is forced to let Burdol go. But again, it also doesn't matter. You only need chains, and then you have no impact. And
it's like,
you're very sad.
You end up like that. Oh, wow. Samdi just gets rocked by a rocket. That is going to be 2 inhibitors going down at nearly the same time. Showmaker still getting in there. And yeah, goodbye, Rakan. Nice knowing you. You gave it your best, Peter, in this game. But yeah, Canyon gonna get into the back line, just giving up his life to make sure that this game will end. As in goes Burdol, he's gonna land that shuriken. It does get poked down. Karis trying his absolute best. Damwon Kia will just be padding the stats. This second game, a bit quicker than game number 1, but we'll have the oh man, double kill for Karis, what a play. GG, Damwon Kia will pick up the 2-0 in this first series. I was expecting the win from Damwon Kia, but this was a done deal, it felt like, even at the beginning of game 1. It's a very scary and it's a very heavy train that is coming, and when it hits, you know it's going to be big, but we're still on the tracks. We haven't quite reached our destination for Damwon Kia. They are still incredibly strong. Perfectly. Like, the amount of time he spends in the bottom lane is kind of hilarious.
Except Morgana and Rumble. We don't talk about that.
Yes. I mean, it was still okay. It was just... It wasn't... I don't think it was bad.
It was not bad, but I don't think it was what we want. But the key thing here is that throughout the farming jungle meta, the Nidalee, the Graves, and the high impact picks, much more low economy, like the Jarvan, the Xin Zhao, and still things like the Diana coming through, right? He's just an incredibly strong jungler. I did go for Showmaker. I think that it's very much a who do you give more credit, but Showmaker in the mid to late game team fights, I think just provided
that's fair.
Way too much damage. But again, I think you can reasonably vote for most of the...
Let's get into player of the game. Speaking of polar bears, I think it's likely to go to Canyon, and it does. I wasn't speaking specifically, I guess, of polar bears, but I guess bears is a decent segue. And yeah, he played an amazing game of Lee Sin. Did drive the screws in. 11 out of 13, absolutely fantastic stuff. Everyone basically on the same page, and Showmaker getting it.